What is this thing? Okay. I need to test if the sound is working or not. So I'll just speak. Okay, I think the sound seems a bit muffled. Primary microphone. Okay, how come it's so muffled? Is it better now? Doesn't look like it's better. Hi, DP. Can you hear me clearly or like not very clear? Clear. Okay, good. I'm just worried that y'all cannot hear me. So hey, yep, I'm a bit earlier. Hi, Lee Roseanne. Okay, Lee Roseanne. Hello. I guess this is not your first time coming to the live. So today we're gonna go through P5 science lah. So we just hang on for a while. I'm a bit earlier because just want to test the sound and make sure it's working. Everything is fine. Which are you from, Tommy? What do you mean by which am I from? Hello, help. Are you teacher Cage? Yes, I'm teacher Cage. I think did the live once a long time ago. So not sure if you all still remember me, but you all call me teacher Kahoot that time. Hello everyone. We're gonna start in a few minutes. Okay, hope you all still um I don't know. I mean, I hope you enjoy the live sessions so far. I think the live sessions are pretty helpful, right? And then at the end of it, there's also prizes like to be won from the Kahoot. So remember to join the Kahoot and then also just have fun, and learn some stuff along the way also. Let's just hang on for. Where do I teach? Why do you? YS? Where do I teach? What do you know? Where do I teach? What do you want to know? Where do I teach? Do you know Zile? Zile, I think I know her. Okay, the Kahoot will start at the end of this session, so at about 8:30. So this live session will be about from 7:30 to 8:30, right? So no, I think 10 minutes before, so about 8:20, yeah, about 8:20, then we will start the Kahoot, right? So are you gonna skip like my lesson all the way until 8:20, then you join for the Kahoot, really? Yes, call 855. There will be Kahoot at about 8:20. Yep, around there. So the last 10 minutes we will run the Kahoot. Some prizes to be won. And then yep, we will then hopefully learn some stuff today. Okay. Hi, WK Chan 75. Hope you all had a great day. I don't know, like have a great day. PSA tomorrow, yes, tomorrow is your maths. How is the English? Today, I don't know how many of you are like PSLE student actually attending and trying to get some last minute revision for your science next week. But I think maybe you should focus on your maths tomorrow. Okay, but yeah, of course, science is also coming next week, so it's also important. Okay, I think we can kind of like get started today. So let me just go through the introduction. Hi everyone. In case you don't know, my teacher is my teacher. My name is Teacher Cage. So this is kind of like my second live session, and we're going to go through some P5 Science walkthrough of 2023 ACSP end of year paper. So it's a good time to start to revise your end of year exam. I think I don't think you all have really finished all your topics, or maybe you should be finishing soon. But anyway, the questions that we're gonna do is kind of like a revision of all the topics that we have done. Okay, let me just adjust it to make sure I can see it. Okay, let's get started with question 1. A group of people stayed in a poorly ventilated room, okay, for a few hours. That does not sound like a good idea, right? If anyone of you all ever like get trapped in a lift before, I don't think that's a good experience, right? Very stuffy and then very scary. Okay, so the following graph below shows the changes in the amount of gases in the room. Okay, the gases in the room will definitely change, right? Because of certain reasons, right? Hopefully you still remember the composition of gases in the surrounding air. Okay, but if you look at the graph, it is not very clear. So I will try to highlight the graph, starting with Q. Okay, Q is the dotted line, so it should be nitrogen over here. Okay, then maybe we go on to S. Okay, S is the oxygen, right, the dotted one. And then P, let's choose another color, is the carbon dioxide. Okay, and then yes, a lot of kids, I think a lot of you all very smart already know which one is the answer. But okay, R is the water vapor. Okay, let me highlight the water vapor, right? So hopefully you still remember things like what is the composition of gases in the surrounding air, right? So a lot of students don't remember. For example, oxygen is how many percent? Anyone of you all know? Remember, oxygen is how many percent? Nitrogen is how many percent? Carbon dioxide is how many percent? Okay, don't need to tell me the answer. I'm sure you all know the answer, but tell me more, right? Tell me things like, okay, good. Shahida, right? Shahida. Okay, so oxygen is 31. What about nitrogen? Nitrogen, I hope you all still remember, is the most, right? So it's 78%. Carbon dioxide, I think, is about 0.03%, and then the rest, right, 0.97 is gonna be your water vapor. Okay, so hopefully you all still remember things like all this information, and then okay, from there we need to go through which of the following graph is most likely. Okay, the question is asking which of the following graph is most likely wrong. Okay, Q is nitrogen. So nitrogen is something that we do not use, right? So it does not change. Okay, does not change. So that makes sense, right? Nitrogen do not change. We just breathe in, we just breathe out. No change. Okay, then what about, let's go through P. Carbon dioxide. Okay, we breathe in. Then what's going to happen? We're going to carry out respiration, right? Respiration, and then we're going to exhale more carbon dioxide. So the amount of carbon dioxide is increasing. Okay, that makes sense also, right? So CO2, carbon dioxide is increasing, okay, due to respiration. Okay, let me just write it down here. And then the green line is oxygen. So same thing, due to respiration, right? So the amount of oxygen will go down, right? Because you take in the oxygen, you're going to use up the oxygen, produce energy, and then carbon dioxide will come out. Okay, so oxygen also makes sense. Oxygen, I'm going to write O2 as a short form. Okay, but the last one, I think a lot of you already know the answer, right? The last one is water vapor, right? So water vapor, how come it remains the same? A bit something wrong, right? Because as we breathe out more carbon, sorry, not carbon dioxide. As we breathe out, we also breathe out more water vapor, okay, which is the reason why if you have a mirror and you breathe your breath onto it, right, you can see a lot of like very tiny water droplets, okay, which will form on the mirror, right? So in this case, for the water vapor, it should be increasing slowly, all right? So we know that the water vapor over here is something is wrong. So which of the following is most likely to be wrong? Please don't make the careless mistake of choosing the one that is correct very conveniently. And so the answer will be option 3. All right. Let me just read through the comments. there's a lot of comments going on. So do you still remember? Okay, hopefully you all like got some revision on your end, the respiratory system. Do I know Jermaine? Yes, I have a student who's called Jermaine. In my P6 student, I hope she is doing well for her. She did well for English today, and tomorrow is a maths. I hope that she will also do well and do teacher Roger proud, right? Okay. So a lot of people like you screaming for help. I'm not sure why. All right. Okay, so hopefully you all understand what is going on. Any question about air and the respiratory system? Okay, if not, maybe I will move on to the next question. Question 2. What's happening? Am I still back? Okay, I think I'm back, but just now it was saying I got disconnected. Okay, but anyway, let me continue. No Wi-Fi. Is it me? No Wi-Fi, or I'm not sure. I hope it's not me. Okay. Anyway, so Sham is making comparison between how a man and fish breathe. So from our low block science, right, P3, P4, you learned that men breathe through what? Breathe through lungs. Okay, fish will breathe through gills, right? So this is the difference between how mammals breathe and how a fish will breathe. So he made a lot of comparison, but the question is asking you which of the following comparison are true. Okay, so let's go through the comparison one by one, right? So A, B, and C, the difference between man and fish. The first one, it says that a man, okay, air containing oxygen enters through the nose and then gets through the lungs. So is that correct? Does the air enter through your nose and then immediately reach your lungs? I think something is missing, right? It should go through the nose, okay, and then it should go through your windpipe, and then it should reach your lungs. Okay, so these are the things that very very small things that the question will try to trick you. So it should go from your nose, okay, and then go to your windpipe, and then it will reach your lungs. So there's something wrong with this statement, but what about fish? Okay, water containing dissolved oxygen enter through the mouth and passes through the gills. Okay, yes, this statement is actually true because if you observe a fish as it is swimming, its mouth will always be opening and closing, right? So it is actually trying to channel water towards the gills so that it can breathe properly. Okay, let me just insert a picture over here. Okay, yep. So this is the one, right, which shows you okay how a fish breathe, right? So from here you can see that it will channel water through its mouth, okay, and then it will pass through the gills over here, okay, and then as the water flows over the gills, right, that is when they will take in all the dissolved oxygen into the gills and into their blood. All right. So for this is actually okay, but this is wrong. Okay, but what about B? Okay, I think for the hold on, let's go through B first. Okay, oxygen from the air gets into the lungs directly. Okay, oxygen gets into the lungs directly. Okay, wait, there's something wrong with the A. Air containing, hold on, air containing oxygen and goes through the nose and gets into the lungs. Okay, I think A should be okay. So nose, okay, I still can write that down. Nose, windpipe, and okay, goes through your lungs. Okay, this is okay. What about B? B says that oxygen from the air gets into the lungs directly. Okay, so this is the one that says it gets into your lungs directly. Does it get into your lungs directly? No, right? It must pass through your nose, okay, and the windpipe, and then get into your lungs, because there's no opening that goes into your lungs directly. All right. So this is the one that is wrong. And then the next one, oxygen from the air gets into the gills directly. Okay, but it is not oxygen. Okay, it is a dissolved oxygen, right? As the above. Okay, the above information is correct. So sometimes be careful when you're writing your OEQ answer, right? If your teacher want to be a bit more strict, right, they can actually penalize you if you write the fish takes in oxygen, okay, through the gills. So you must say it takes in dissolved oxygen through the gills. All right. And then for C, okay, carbon dioxide passes into the lungs and is removed when we breathe out. Okay, carbon dioxide passes into the lungs. I think there are some students who are still confused over, who still think that we don't take in carbon dioxide. We do take in carbon dioxide, just that the amount of carbon dioxide that we give out is more than the amount of carbon dioxide that we inhale. Okay, so this is correct. Let me just put a tick here. Dissolved carbon dioxide is carried away as water flows out from under the gill cover. Okay, so there's supposed to be a gill cover over here, okay, which will cover the gills because the gills are not exposed. Okay, and then as the water flows out, right, they will also carry away the carbon dioxide, which will dissolve in the water. Okay, so a lot of you also already spamming the answer, right? So I'm sure you know the answer is they are asking for which of the following comparisons are true. So are true, we're going to pick A and C. A and C is option 2. Okay, so how many of y'all is like actually a P6 student, like trying to get some last minute revision, although tomorrow is your maths? Okay, when is the Kahoot? So y'all are only interested in the Kahoot. Okay, so hopefully y'all will also be hanging around to learn some stuff also. Yeah, next year it will be P6, right? So next year it'll be P6. So this is the time where the P6 students are kind of like very stressed, or I think some of the P6 students already holiday mood already. So they think that, oh yeah, finish already English, math, maths and science. Okay. Taking PSLE today, you mean tomorrow? Yeah, okay, multitasking between maths and science. Okay, well done. Hopefully that works out for you. All right, so this question, I think we are done. We just move on to question 3. How's the English today? Was it easy? Was it difficult? Or like no problems? Or like you came out of the hall crying? Or what? I don't know. Like nowadays, it's mid. Mid means okay, okay. Tommy says it's difficult. Oh, super duper easy. Wow. Anand says it's super duper easy. Okay, that is good thing. So someone said crying. Okay, don't worry, right? So whatever it is, I think you should be happy that English is already done, right? So one down and 3 or 4 more to go. Yeah, 3 or 4 more to go. So very fast, right? Next week, everything will be done. You will be enjoying your time. All right. Okay, let's go through question 3. Yeah, there's also higher mother tongue. Yeah, so that's why some of you will have 4 more subjects, right? Okay, question 3. Bob did a cross section of leaf G. Okay, cross section of leaf G of a land plant, and then observed it under a microscope. So he must be trying to see something that the eye cannot see. That's why you need a microscope to zoom in, right? Zoom in. Okay, he observed part H as shown below. Okay, so what is this part H? Okay, part H is over here, and then it's pointing to this. Hopefully you can see because it's not very clear, but it is actually pointing to which part? How many of you all know what is part H? Okay, yes. Shahida Subata, yes, very good. Answer is 3 or 4. So is it 3 or 4 or 5 or 6? Anand, okay. Yeah, okay, very good. Part H is actually the stomata. So hopefully you can recognize it. And hopefully you also remember what does the stomata do, right? So the main task of the stomata is to exchange gases. Okay, so it provides the exchange of gases between the plants and the surrounding, allows the plant to take in oxygen, right, during respiration. The plant will also take in carbon dioxide during photosynthesis and give out oxygen during photosynthesis, give out carbon dioxide when it's carrying out respiration, right? Exchange of gases. But a lot of, I think a few students think that stomata, okay, still stomata is the part that traps light energy. Even some of my P6 students, right, when they say that stomata traps light energy, okay, so that during the day you open up, okay, so yeah, please, hopefully you don't get this concept wrong. Okay, stomata is like your nose, right? You will. I mean, our nose don't really open close, but okay, it can open and close to regulate the exchange of gases. Okay, why is the stomata mostly found on the underside of the leaf? Okay, I think that's quite a good question. It's because the plant, they do not want to lose too much water vapor, right? So most of them are found on the underside, so that when the strong sunlight shines on the leaf, then it will not cause the plant to lose too much water vapor. Because if they lose too much water vapor, then they will need to take in more water, which can be a bad thing, because if the water runs out, then they're gonna die, right? Okay, so let's get back to this question. Okay, which of the following statements are true about part H? So what is true about part H? A, it says that they allow the exchange of gases to take place. So do they allow the exchange of gases to take place? Yes, they do, right? We were talking about this the whole time. No, wait, why they do not? They have to respire. Yeah, yes, they have to respire. Okay, but what about photosynthesis? They also carry out photosynthesis, right? So there's the exchange of gases, right, between oxygen and carbon dioxide. Okay, what about B? Do they trap sunlight to make food for the plant? Do they trap sunlight, okay, to make food for the plant? So no, they don't. All right. So hopefully none of you think that the stomata trap light energy. Okay. Then they are usually found on the lower part of the leaf, away from the sunlight. Okay, this is actually true, right? Most of them are usually found on the lower part of the leaf, okay, away from sunlight. Okay, so like just now what I explained, right? They don't want to lose too much water vapor. That is why they are designed in such a way. Most of the stomatas are found on the bottom side. Yes. Oh, it's going to pass. Kai Y, is it? Yes, stomata does exchange of gases. Chloroplast absorb sunlight to make food. Chloroplast trap the light energy, but the plant will use the light energy to make food. Okay, so the chloroplasts do not make food, right? So be careful about that. Okay, so part C is okay. I'm gonna put a tick so that I don't make any careless mistake, right? D, okay, is D correct or not? They allow water vapor to escape from plants. Okay, so water vapor is also considered a gas. Alright, so water vapor is also considered a gas. Hopefully, you also know that because I've been talking about this like for the whole question. Okay, they do not want to lose too much water vapor, so that they don't need to take in too much water, right? They need to control their water intake. So D is also correct. That means the question is asking you which of the following statements are true, right? Which of the following statements are true about part H, that means about the stomata. Okay, that means we need to pick A, C, and D, right? So A, C, and D will be option 4. Okay, anyone disagree that it's not option 4? When the leaf, okay, 444, yep. So user 7456111919, okay, was so many number, okay, I'm not very sure. Okay, wow, so many German. So just now I saw a U and that's I'm German now. Tears in my blah blah blah. You are German also. Okay, yeah. I think a lot of you like already know the function of stomata, knows what does it do. Okay, knows where most of the stomatas are found. Very good. Okay, let me just take a bit of drink. Okay. Okay, Adihara. Okay, why are you scared for exam? Okay, like a lot of students, I know, I mean that you are definitely stressed for about exams and all that, but don't be too stressed. Just go in, try to relax. Because if you're stressed, then you will do worse. Right? When you're nervous, I think the best way to calm down during an exam is try to start writing. Start writing, start to underline. Okay, what is question number one? Share. Okay, question number one is the answer is number three. Will I be going through section B? Yes, I will be going through the section B. Okay, there will be, I think, three OEQ question. Of course, I mean, if you're getting good marks, then it's good. Okay, I want to get total of AL8. Oh, okay, scare me. I thought you said that you want to get AL8 for one subject. Total AL8. Okay, good. That means like a AL2 each, right? Okay, no, but then you cannot read the question if you straight away write. Of course, you must read the question carefully. Okay, I want to get AL4, but impossible. AL4 is very possible, I think. AL2 is gonna be sorry, AL1 is gonna be difficult, but I always believe that getting a AL2 is actually, I mean, for science is pretty doable, it's achievable. I mean, for science AL2. For maths, I think there are people who say if you're good in maths, you're good in maths. If you're not good in maths, you're not good in maths. But I again think that you definitely can put in some hard work, right, to get good in any of the subject. My parents want me to get AL2 or AL1. Definitely, I think your parents they are responsible to try and push you to achieve your best, right? But I always tell my students, right, at the end of the day, as long as you work hard, I think you should be happy about your result. All right, as long as you work hard. Okay, we continue on with section B. All right, so that we can be in time to do the Kahoot. Can I say skibidi? Yeah, I'm sure I will say skibidi. Okay, but yes, English paper is today. Hopefully, you all did well. Hopefully, you all were not very nervous today. Tomorrow is your maths, right? Make sure you catch enough sleep tonight. Hopefully, you're not taking the MRT, right? The green line, which is affected. Okay. Okay, come. Let's continue with question 4. Kevin designs an automatic food dispenser. So this is an automatic food dispenser as shown to help him feed his dog. Okay, I wish I have this automatic food dispenser to help me to feed my dog. All right. So when the food tray is empty, then the iron rod interacts with the object X. Okay, where is the iron rod? Okay, when the tray is empty, then it will interact with object X. Okay, where is object X? Over here. So this iron rod will interact with it. Okay, how does it interact with it? Okay, this causes X to slide away. Okay, so that food will drop from the dispenser to fill the food tray. Okay, so that means this object X over here, hopefully you can see, is going to move away, and then there's an opening for the food to drop down, right? There's an opening for the food to drop down. Okay, I will explain how it works. Let me just continue and read on first, right? When the food tray is filled with food, the food tray moves down, and object X moves. Okay, object X moves back to closing the opening. So food will stop dropping into the tray as shown. So this is quite a good idea, right? When the tray is empty, I think I know how it works. Okay, when the food tray is empty, the spring is gonna push it up, right? So when it's empty, then it is gonna be pretty lightweight. Okay, and then the spring will push it upwards. When the spring push it upwards, then over here the metal contact is gonna touch the contact point. Then you get a closed circuit, right? So there is a circuit here. Hopefully you can see that the circuit here, okay, will cause the iron rod here to magnetize, right? Okay, you can say it will magnetize, it will become an electromagnet. I think that is fine. Okay, but the difference is now this electromagnet is going to push the object X away. So if it is pushing it away, that means what is happening? That means it is going to repel, right? It's going to repel object X for it to move away. Okay, when it repel, that means the like poles, okay, like poles are facing each other. And then there's an opening, and then the opening will open, right? And then the foot will drop. Okay, so when the foot tray is full, then it's going to be heavy, then it's going to go down, then there's going to be an open circuit, right? And everything will stop working. Okay, object X will will move back to its original position. So maybe there's a spring somewhere here where they don't show, but I'm sure there's something that is pulling object X back to its original position, right? Oh, actually object X will be attracted to maybe this iron rod also. Okay, that's what moves it back to its original position to close. So part A is asking you, right, based on the observation above, okay, you need to explain why object X is able to slide away and allow food to drop into the tray when it is empty. Okay, so this one, I think once you understand how it works, right, then you move to the next challenge. The next challenge will be how do you write it out in proper sentence, correct? So try to prepare like just try to write some sentence out of it, and from there then you slowly improve. Isn't this a PSLE question? I'm not so sure, but a lot of all these school exam papers, they will adapt questions from PSLE, right? So I'm sure if you find this question familiar, that means good job. That means you've been doing a lot of question. All right. Okay, so let me just write down the answer for this question first. Okay, you can start by talking about the spring. Okay, the spring pushes the empty food tray up, okay, allowing the metal contact to. Okay, let me shift it a bit to the left. I think I will need more space. Okay, so once the spring push the foot tray up, it will allow the metal contact to touch the contact point. Okay, closing the circuit. Okay, so once the circuit is closed, then electricity. Okay, if you did it before, I think it's good. It shows that you've been working hard, right? But if you don't find it familiar, then it is a new question for you to learn something, right? So electricity flows through the wire, and then what will happen is that will cause the iron rod to be magnetized, right? So magnetizing the iron rod. Then once the iron rod is magnetized, okay, then next you got to talk about object X. Okay, you got to say that you realize that object X is a magnet. Okay, so object X is a magnet. Okay, and is repelled by the light poles to slide away, opening the dispenser. Okay, opening the dispenser. Okay, managed to squeeze in. All right, so first, my Wi-Fi is not good. I hope. Why are science answers so long? Because the more you the more details you add in, then the higher chance you will get to score the full marks. That's why sometimes writing longer is better, but not always. right? Because in this case, I'm trying to talk about spring first. Right? You got to say the spring push the empty tray up. Okay, so then this will allow the metal contact to touch the contact point. Okay, then this will close the circuit. So once it closes, electricity will flow through the wire. Okay, then it will magnetize the iron rod. So this part, I think some of you like to say turning the iron rod into an electromagnet. I think that is also fine. Then finally say that object X is a magnet. I think this is quite important. Okay, and then it is repelled, okay, by the light poles to slide away, opening the dispenser. Okay, yeah. So yes, the answer is pretty long, and I also don't like to write so much, but have a 5 minutes break. I mean, you want to take a break? I'm sure you can take a 5 minutes break, but just shoot. Okay, your handwriting, my handwriting, yes, because it's a bit too small, right? Because usually, okay, there are some things, it's because it's too small. So let me try and write nicer for the next answer, okay? Pardon my handwriting. Okay, but if you can't read it, but do you understand how it works? If you understand how it works, then maybe you can try to write your own answer. Your handwriting looks like mine, so your handwriting is hey dude, your handwriting is as horrible as mine. But it's okay. We embrace the horrible handwriting. Do you need to write electromagnet? You mean which part do you need to write electromagnet? Okay, you can write that turning it into an electromagnet. Okay, I think that should be fine. Okay, just don't know how to phrase the spring pushing the tray up. Okay, just say that. You just said it, what? Just say the spring push the tray up. Okay, I go through question I did before with, so I suppose you mean you went through this question with your teacher before. That is good. Okay, we're trying to move on to part B, right? So using the same tray, using the same foot tray and springs, so we cannot change the foot tray and the springs. Okay, what change can Kevin make to the setup so that the food dispenser will be filled slower? Okay, I suppose if you want it to be filled slower, you probably want the opening to be smaller, correct? So smaller opening. Okay, and if you want the opening to be smaller, probably you want it to repel less, correct? So maybe over here you want it to repel less. Okay, so if you want it to repel less, then you probably want to make the electromagnet weaker, right? So what are the different ways you can? This is kind of like the opposite. I think you are very used to making the electromagnet stronger, right? Well, the three ways are add more batteries, more coils around the rod, and use a stronger battery, right? So now just do the opposite. Okay, if you want the electromagnet to be weaker, you can number one, use fewer batteries. So he can use fewer batteries. Okay, or he can reduce. Let me just write down the next point also. Okay, reduce the number of coils. Okay, of wire around the iron rod. Remove battery, remove battery. I think use fewer batteries sounds better, because remove is like, okay, I don't know. Yep, I think remove battery doesn't sound so good. Maybe you can say use fewer batteries. Okay, reduce the number of coils of wire. Hopefully my handwriting for this part B improved. Wait, who is confused? Hello 1010, you're confused. Confused over what? Use weaker battery. Also can, I think use weaker battery, that sounds like a valid way to make the electromagnet weaker. Yeah, that is actually a good point. Okay, I'm gonna write it down. Okay, use weaker, okay, batteries. Okay, or after a while, probably the dispenser will start to um, pop up the food slow, right? Because the batteries become weaker. So typically for like a lot of your electronics also, right? When the battery is low, then maybe your vacuum cleaner will run slower. All right. Okay. Any question before I move on to the next one? Okay. Kahoot. Wait. What Kahoot? Nah. Okay. No question. Okay. Everyone good? Smaller opening. Okay. But how do you make the opening smaller? That is maybe the question that you need to think about. Yes. Okay. Smaller opening. Yep. Sure. But how do you make the opening smaller? So you got to think one step further. All right. How do you make the opening smaller? That is by using fewer batteries, reducing the number of coils, or using weaker batteries. All right. So these are the three ways to make the opening smaller. Okay. Yeah. There's gonna be Kahoot. I think we can slow down a bit. I don't know. Should I say we should slow down a bit? But there is opening below. Okay. Wait. What do you mean by there's opening below? Okay, anyway, I'll just slowly go through question 5, and then we just take about. Or maybe let me drink some water. 8:15 start Kahoot, but I don't think the Kahoot can last for 15 minutes because it's like I think the Kahoot probably will not last for 10 minutes. No, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just drinking water. Yes, Foxy, I'm sure you are tired. I'm also tired. Sure, W ask when is the next live? Next live is tomorrow. Tomorrow is for P6 PSLE last minute revision. I mean, if you're P5, you want to join the P6 live also can. Yep, of course I will welcome you, right? Then you can get a taste of. Tomorrow will be me again. Yeah, unfortunately, Teacher Jody is not around. I'm not sure if you all prefer Teacher Jody or prefer me to host the live. But tomorrow she's not free. Too bad. Okay. All right, let's quickly go through question 5. Right, question 5. I think someone just now wrote down the part A answer, but I missed out who is the one. Okay, question 5. In an experiment, 4 similar cells were placed separately into each setup, A, B, C, and D, okay, containing different liquid. Okay, so this is the changed variable of the experiment. Hopefully for P5s by now, you know what is changed variable, measured variable, okay, and the constant variables. This is very important in science, right? Knowing what is your variables in an experiment. The observations were then recorded in the table below. Okay, so there are the 4 setups A, B, C, and D. And then you have okay, liquids are water, yellow liquid, green liquid, and a mixture of both yellow and green. All right, so the observation is number 1 for setup A, the water. Okay, the cell swell, become bigger. Okay, this is something that if you've watched this video before, there's this video which I always show my students, right? So the water will enter the cell, and if it is an animal cell without the cell wall, it will actually cause them to explode. No, not explode, they will cause them to burst. Okay, so when it's swelled up, why? Okay, it shows that water enter the cell. Okay, so this one water, okay, enter. Yeah, okay, I think a lot of you all already realize what is the answer for A and B. But let me just explain for the benefit of those who maybe don't know what's happening, right? Okay, so for setup B, yellow liquid, okay, the cell swelled up and turned yellow. Okay, so now there are two things happening. Number one is first is swelled up. Okay, that means water enter, right? Water enter, and then turn yellow. That means the yellow dye, right? There's a yellow dye over here. Okay, yellow dye, okay, can also enter the cell. Okay, then next for setup C, the green liquid, right? The cell swelled up. Okay, that means water enter. No change in color. So this time around is a bit different. There is a no change in color. That means the green dye cannot enter. Okay, let me write it over here. Okay, the green dye, let me highlight it in green also since it's green dye. Okay, so the green dye cannot enter the cell. Right, I think a lot of you already realize that it is about cell membrane, right? Because cell membrane controls the movement of substances in and out of the cell, right? Very good. Looks like you are very familiar with your cells, this topic. But I think unfortunately next year this topic is going to be removed or changed, right? Because it's too easy. So okay, then the last setup, right? Last setup, a mixture of both yellow and green liquid, right? There's a question mark, so that means you need to fill this up, or you should realize what is happening, right? Okay, you should realize that yellow can enter, green cannot enter. So what's gonna happen? Probably it will number one swell up, okay, because water can enter, and then probably it will turn yellow. Oops, sorry. Okay, but it will not turn green, right? Because the green liquid cannot, the green dye cannot enter the cell. Okay, then we move on to answer part A. Which part of the cell, okay, part of the cell, there's only a few parts, right? Cell membrane, nucleus, chloroplast, cell wall, okay, cytoplasm. Hopefully you remember all these parts. Which of the cell which part of the cell in setup B allows it to swell and turn yellow? Okay, so this one pretty straightforward. I think a lot of you already know. Yes, it is the cell membrane. Okay, hopefully you still remember the function also, right? Okay, controls the movement of substances in and out of the cell, right? Cell membrane. Okay, not the cell wall. Cell wall doesn't do that. And then for part B, what will you observe? Okay, what would the observation of the cell be in setup B? And then give a reason. Okay, I've already written down the observation over here, right? That means it will swell up and it will turn yellow. But I think this part where you need to give a reason is very tricky because a lot of students don't know how to give the reason actually. Okay, a lot of students will I'm not sure what a lot of students will usually say, but they will say things like it is because the yellow dye and water is able to enter the cell, right? Okay, yes, something like that. But you need to tell us what made you realize that the yellow dye can enter the cell, why the water can enter the cell. Okay, by using the results from the table here. Okay, so make sure you use the results, okay, to give a reason. Even though this is not explaining, but I think it is gonna be a good habit, okay, to do that. Okay, so first you are going to say what we're going to talk about the observation, right? The observation is the cell, okay, will swell, okay, and turn, okay, turn yellow, right? Because the yellow dye can enter, water can enter, green dye cannot enter, right? But what's the reason why? Okay, the reason is because okay, I need to write neither because if not, someone will complain. Setup A and B shows, okay, what does it show? Shows that cell membrane, it allows, okay, water and the yellow dye to, okay, pass through. Okay, and then setup C shows that, what does it show? It shows that the green dye, Okay, setup C shows that the green die, okay, cannot enter the cell. Okay, I mean, if you're falling asleep during the live halfway, maybe that's an indication that you should be taking a break. Maybe you've been working too hard. Okay, but I hope the rest who are still awake will be able to learn something, especially if you're a P6 student and you're falling asleep now. Maybe that's an indication that you have worked hard today, right? So if you work hard today, then you deserve a break. Oh no, eat flu medicine and I'm tired. Then you should really go and take a break and take a rest. Okay, because I think the worst thing that can happen to you is to fall asleep. Fall sick right now. I think if you are sick and if you go into your exam, you will not be able to perform at your best, unfortunately. Okay, and I do think you should be healthy so that you can perform the best, you can focus well, you can think well, and that will really help you to do well also. Okay, then hopefully you have learned what kind of reasons you need to give. You need to first, okay, talk about the cell will swell up and turn yellow, right? Setup A and B shows what does these two setup shows? It shows that okay, the yellow and water and yellow can enter. Okay, but setup C shows that the green dye cannot enter. All right, and then we quickly move on to the last question, and then I think we will be done. Let me catch a drink first. Okay. Oh no, something disappeared. Okay, it's here. Let me see. Okay, we quickly go through the last question. I think the last question is pretty easy. Okay, diagram below shows process C in human reproduction. Okay, so human reproduction, what is this process, right? What is this cell D, cell E? I'm sure you can see that this cell D is your female egg cell. Okay, and then cell E is your male, okay, sperm cell. All right, and then what kind of process does this show? This shows the process of fertilization. D is cell membrane, E is sperm. Okay, hold on. D is WL. I think you better read carefully. Okay, part A is asking you to name the organs that produce cells D and E. It is not asking you to name cell D and E. And cell membrane is not a cell. Cell membrane is a cell part. All right. So you need to name the organ. Okay, focus on this. Name the organ. Which organ of the reproductive system produces those two cells? Okay, yes, I think ABC got it, right? But that is for D or E. Okay, yep. E is testes, right? Hopefully you don't write D is testes, then it'll be very weird. All right. So cell D is reproduced by the ovary. Cell E, which is the male, okay, reproductive cell, is produced by your testes. Okay, and then name process C and describe the process. Okay, we already know what is process C. We just need to describe the process, right? So process C is fertilization. Okay, I'm trying to remind myself to write neater. Okay, fertilization. Okay, very good. I can also copy from the chat actually. Okay, fertilization. Anyone can give me the description so that I can just copy from your chat? No, but I can't because it's scrolling up too fast. Okay, so I'm going to describe fertilization. Okay, the male and female. Okay, okay, I better write neater. A female reproductive, okay, cells, okay, they fuse together, okay, to become a fertilized egg. Okay, nucleus of the cell D and E fuses. Okay, I think that sounds fine also, as long as you say that they fuse together. Okay, then that sounds good. Okay, any question about reproduction, fertilization? Okay, hopefully you don't write pollination. You know, sometimes I see students write pollination, and then I get a shock because how is that pollination in this like human reproduction? Okay, so that one is plants. All right, so hopefully you know your pollination, fertilization. Hopefully you know your plant reproduction, human reproduction. Okay, and then yeah, I think we can move on to the Kahoot. But before we move on, right, just want to give you a reminder, okay, of how to claim your prize. Okay, so in order to claim your prize, remember to join with your name. If you're one of the top 3 winners, then please screenshot your result. If not, I will I will not know who you are, and your prize will become my prize. All right. So DM us the screenshot on TikTok, okay, or you can send to that number. Okay. Let me just hide. Okay, then I can move on to the Kahoot. I don't know. Can P6 join? I'm sure if you join, also there's nothing much I can do. But of course, I mean, the more the merrier, right? Okay, ask your parents to join also. Ask your baby brother to join also. All right. So the more people, the better, I think. Hold on, it is loading. Okay, I'm gonna start this. Okay, so the code is 104,130. I'm gonna let it hang for maybe around 2 minutes. Okay, we will start at 8:25. Oh, okay. We're gonna show the price. Okay, while people are joining, right? This week's prize, there's this Smiggle marker. Okay, there's also this oh, smells nice. Smiggle notebook. Okay, can see or not? Okay, let me scroll down a bit. Okay, with this stress popper, right? So I think you all need it, especially for next year PSLE. You'll be very stressed. Then this will come in to action. Okay, and then there's this oops, can see or not? Cannot see. Oh, Pokemon. Okay, yeah. Okay, so Pokemon thingy. Oh no, cannot see. How come cannot see? Okay, anyway, yep, there will be prizes. That's all you need to know. Yep, the prizes are pretty cool, very nice. All right. Okay, so far we have 58 participants. I mean, those who joined the Kahoot. Okay, still loading. Sure. I will wait maybe 1 more minute. You all try to quickly join. Start ah. Nira says start lah. Okay. Can we start soon? Okay, I think we should maybe just a few more seconds. Okay, I think we are going to start now. Okay, when to start? Okay, start. Okay, start. Hurry. Okay, chill, relax. I am trying to hurry already. Start. Yes, it has already started. Been soon. True or false double? Oh my goodness. Based on the diagram below, a plant E is dispersed by water. Plant E is dispersed by, oh my goodness, if you get this wrong, your prize is mine. I will take away your. Cannot join. You still can join using the pin below 104130. Okay, good. But 14 people got it wrong. Oh my goodness. Purposely got it wrong. Next, okay, study the life cycle of animal J and K. Which statement below is or are false? Is this multi-select? Is it multi-select? But you can see that animal J and animal K, there are some differences. Try to lower the. Let me see. Speaker. Okay. Maybe I'll lower this. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh no, it's not. It's not multi-select. Okay. This is multi-select. Okay. Which of the following characteristics is or are passed on to the young? Okay. I hope you don't get this wrong. Yeah. The pin is 104130. How many questions? There are 8 questions. Okay, so hopefully you understand which are the characteristics that can be inherited, which are the ones that cannot. Um, okay, fingerprint is something that you don't inherit because every one of us we will have different fingerprint, and then hair length. Wait, which 3 of y'all chose hair length? That means if your parents, like especially your father, if your father is bald, that means you're also bald. No, right? Another double point. Study the diagram below. Which bulb will not light up? Oh, this one I think it's not very tricky. Okay, so it's not very tricky. Just look at the diagram carefully. Which bulb will not light up? Okay, Ethan is first. Okay, what happened just now? It says my connection lost or something. Not sure. Okay, again, another multi-select question. So how are steam and water vapor similar? Oh no, I'm lagging again. Why is it that? Okay, hopefully you know what's the differences and similarity between steam and water vapor. A lot of students are still not very good in the water cycle, right? Water cycle and the changes of state. Okay, good. I think a lot of y'all got it correct. Okay, but a lot of y'all never picked the yellow one. Ethan is still first. Wow. Okay, hanging on to your first place. Question 6. Okay, what is the role of bee in the reproduction of sunflower plant below? Okay, just now at the very last question did talk about this. Okay, so type in your answer. What is the role of the bee? In the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So fast. Okay. Okay, it is a pollinator. Okay, hopefully you never key in pollination. If you did, 23 of y'all got it correct. Not a lot of y'all got it correct, but okay, it's a good try. Okay, this is the second last question. Okay, which arrow PQRS represents the flow of blood that contains the most amount of carbon dioxide? So remember, it is the one that contains the most carbon dioxide. Okay. This one you cannot spell wrongly because you just need to key in PQR or S. Is it? Which arrow? Yeah, you just need to key in PQR or S. Someone choose G. Where got G? Wait, who chose G? Regina. Q. Oh, okay. No, but it's P. Okay, last question. Based on the table below, cell G can be a leaf cell, cell H can be a chick cell. Is it true or false? So difficult. Is cell G a leaf cell? Huh. Okay, I think most of y'all never see like because there is no chloroplast, so it can't be a leaf cell. Okay, I will try to screenshot this also. Where's my power button? Okay, wait, why is that a glitch? Oh no, number one is not Ethan, you got kicked to number two already. Okay, so the first three placing first. Oh no, Ethan, you got kicked to number three. Okay, Nafal and Leo, Kaiden, and okay, also Ethan. Right. So remember to send us the message with a screenshot, okay, of your the winning position, right? Top one, top two, top three. I will try to make a screenshot of this. Okay, never mind. Later, then I'll do it. Yeah, if you are one of the top three winners, you will get a prize. Okay, but remember to send us a message. All right. Tomorrow the Kahoot, yes. Okay, yeah. Thanks for reminding me. Tomorrow, yes, there is, but it will be for P6 science. Okay, so it will be for P6 science at 7:45 because at 7:30 I'm still having my lesson. I need about 15 minutes to set up. Then I will see y'all guys. Okay. I will be the one that's hosting the live again tomorrow. Okay, we will do a walkthrough of PSLE science because PSLE maths is already over by tomorrow night. So you should focus on your science and mother tongue, right? Yeah. So tomorrow still got prizes to win. Okay, so you can join, and then we will again go through some PSLE questions, some tricky ones. I'll explain what to look out for. Okay, hopefully you all learn something, and then I'll see you tomorrow. All right. How do I close this thing? Okay. Bye bye.